Gruffalo's child. The Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever be set foot in the deep dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will come after you. I'll meet him once, said the Gruffalo. I'll meet him a long time ago. What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. He's terribly big and terribly bad. I can't quite remember, said the Gruffalo. Then he thought for a minute and scratched his head. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his scaly tail is terribly long. His eyes look like pools of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire. One snowy night when the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo child was feeling bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave, so she tiptoes out of Gruffalo's cave. The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. Into the wood went the Gruffalo's child. Ah! Ooh! The trail of snow. Whose his tails, and where would it go? As the tail poked out of the log pile house, this could be the tail of the big bad mouse. Out slid the creature. His eyes were small. He didn't have whiskers. No, not at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. He's down by the lake eating Gruffalo cake. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Ah, who? Marks in the snow. Whose are these claws marked? And where do they go? Two eyes gleamed out of the treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Down flew a creature. His tail was short. He didn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse. Twit-a-woo. It's not I, but he's somewhere near about eating Gruffalo pie. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Ahoo! A track in the snow. Whose is this track and where do they go? 'Tis Whiskers at last. An underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery, his tail wasn't scaly, his whiskers weren't wiry. You're not the mouse. Oh no, not me. He's under the tree, drinking Gruffalo tea. It's all a trick, said Gruffalo's child, as she sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house. Not a big deal, not bad, just a mouse, at least. You'll taste good at a midnight feast. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat, there's a friend of mine you ought to meet. If you let me hop onto your hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend, so bad and big. The Gruffalo child unclenched her fist. The big bad mouse, so he does exist. The mouse hopped onto the hazel tree. He beckoned and said, just wait and see. Out came the moon. It was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell into the ground. Who's this creature so big and bad and strong? His tail and whiskers were terribly long. His ears were enormous, and all over his shoulder he carries a nut, big as a boulder. The big bad mouse, yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. Ahoo! Footprints in the snow. Whose are those footprints and where did they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo cave, where the Gruffalo child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo child was a bit less bored, and the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. That's the end of the Gruffalo's child.